Shalom Wakims. This is Brother Yahawah. Come back out here another one. Just pretty proud of you about Sham Yahawashi. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise and glory. Until we find the Son, Yahawah, Sham Yahawashi. Salakia. But yeah, I said to give double honors as well unto the elders and apostles of the great millstone, who rule in time and truth, and a sincere citation unto the brethren, pushing this word through truth and sincerity, risking life for them to do so. Alright, and the brother Yahawah, come back out here another one to the spirit and power about Sham Yahawashi. And today, man, I just want to go dive into the topic furthermore on price, obviously, and inflation, and what you would call modern day Americans struggling with that, especially going into a lot of these new migrants, right? A lot of these new migrants are, they're moving in to America and, off rip being given benefits, all right? Obviously, if everybody's been, watching and keeping up, but, clearly the American people can't keep up, all right? A lot of states, you got to make 3 times over, 4 times over the rent just to live, and that's just paying the rent, man. You don't even have any money left over for other things, all right? And this is going to be a consistent growing topic here in the last times. All right, I'm going to keep going on these, man, because these videos are basically the essence and the startup to Jacob's trouble. Okay, these are the startup to Jacob's trouble, and it's not only going to affect you, Jakes. It's going to affect Edomites. Everybody, Elamites, everybody in the nation. Okay, but all in all, man, this is one of the among the many things that are, pretty much problematic in these last times. Famine, housing, sedition among men. Okay, and again, these are just the beginning. Okay, these people are tweaking right now. So imagine when, it's in full effect. People are coming now to, take your stuff. People are coming. You're gonna walk on the street. You're gonna see your neighbor watching you walking with a pile of groceries. These are gonna be the things in the last times that, you're gonna have to worry about, man. Before it's like, oh, I don't want to walk late at night. No, now it's gonna be, oh, you're gonna have to watch your back. Maybe with a family member, right? So like you're gonna have to watch your back. Maybe with a family member, you're gonna have to watch, your back. Maybe with your neighbor. These are gonna be some scary times. All right. But it says major food supplier warns Americans are becoming resistant to higher prices and inflation continues to soar. Yeah, no wonder. Okay, because a lot of like super centers, like I don't know how it works in America, but we have a lot of super centers over here, here in Canada as well. But just to name a few, you have Target, Walmart. Those are just the two that I, the big brands. I don't know how it works in America again, but right. But yeah, okay. Over here too, you have Fortinos. All right, but a lot of them are gonna start to close because there's gonna be a lot of robberies. Okay, in certain areas, that's why you have a lot of people losing their jobs. A lot of stocks are dropping because a lot of people, man, they're not gonna buy. Okay, and we're not in a buying economy anymore. Cars, clothes, just luxury things, and then even the commodities. Your daily, commodities, or people what we would call your daily bread. People aren't buying these things anymore, man. They really can't afford it no more. There's a lot of stealing, a lot of robbery. Okay, and this is gonna lead to sedition among men when a lot of these places you used to go to, they're gonna close down. So yeah, man. All right, this is as the Keystone saw inflation last year dig deeper into residents' pockets less than any other state. One Philly-based food supplier is warning that they fight. Slovakia, that the fight may not be over yet. We're concentrating all the time on having enough product, the right product for our customers. And I don't know if you guys have been watching my videos, obviously, but I've went into many times how, a lot of these big food brands, like, you're gonna see a lot of they just pulled great value off the shelves, okay, in mass numbers, right? They're starting to do that. um and you're gonna start to see a lot of foods being less portioned, so you're gonna have like 2 liter pop maybe dropped onto, you know um lower 1 liter, a half a point, 0.5, it's gonna start to drop down lower and lower. Okay, because again, you're gonna have to compensate for, the lack of purchasing, so it's like, oh, it's not making money, so guess what they do? They start to make less of it, the product, they'll downsize it, and they'll start to put it out more or less, you start to see it in less certain states or so. These things are gonna happen, man. Okay, all right, and on top of that, the price is gonna increase, and the amount that you get is going to decrease, right? So you're gonna have to pay attention to a lot of these things, man. Right? It's gonna affect a lot of people, man. All right, and they're just gonna, pretty much what they're doing right now. They're just throwing a lot of people in one area, So America's just gonna start to be, filled up in landslide. And if you guys notice, a lot of these people that are coming in, they're not going to, Utah, Minnesota, Colorado. They're just filling up in one freaking spot. Texas, okay, Cali, okay. They're just filling up in all these one spots. So, right, that's when you start to see actual overpopulation. Okay, because you're just throwing, imagine you have a little circle and you're trying to just fit as much dots as you can in there. Yeah, no wonder you think there's overpopulation, because there's so much of one thing in one spot, man. Okay, that's why these people think there's overpopulation, when really, in reality, the American landmass is it's still very big. Okay, again, you don't see these people going to Utah, Minnesota, Colorado. Okay, right? They're not going to these far off states, right? Which these states are in the middle, but they're off to the goddamn hot places. Again, Houston, not Houston, Texas, California, etc. All right, and some of them are being pushed. Obviously, you can see into New York as well. Okay, don't be surprised if they start coming into Canada. I'll tell you that right now. You know, but it says, um, let's jump down. It says the volume may be tightened up a little bit. It's what we see as our customer are buying more often, but less of each at each purchase. He continued. Okay, the Philadelphia based Slovakia produce supplier has been caught between higher input costs and consumers struggling to pay for inflationary prices. Okay, so again, there you go. All right, and they know that because they see people are stealing. Obviously, people are online complaining. People are buying less because everything is tracked, man. I hope you guys know this. Okay, everything is tracked. So, when they go every year, maybe they track it every 3 to 6 months to a year. Okay, I'm just giving you examples, but they see stocks fall in certain food brands. Okay, yeah, we're not gonna buy as much of that and put that in this location or that. They track every ounce, man. They track everything. So it's not no, it's not no joke when we're trying to tell you that, oh no, this is you know, this is happening or that's happening. We're telling you the truth. Okay, this is Matthew chapter 24 and verse 20. It says, but pray ye that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day. Okay. And the reason why I brought that scripture out is because, pretty much, the analogy of winter is harsh, winter is very harsh, man, but in a literal sense, we're literally pray that your flight be not in winter. We're in the winter time right now. Okay. A lot of people are going to be homeless, and a lot of people are homeless. Hope you guys don't understand the amount of people that are homeless. The amount of people that have to choose in between buying, paying rent and buying food for their kids and, doing this and doing that. Okay. These Section 8 food stamps, they're not going to be around for much longer. Okay. And we really literally are entering into the winter season, All right. The Lord's getting ready to bring down the hammer. And guess who's going to use? Esau. Okay. Right. These people are going to be like, oh, they're going to be like, oh, Esau's the devil, da, 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 which we've been knew that. But really and truly, it's the Lord. The Lord is going to bring that evil. And he's talked about it many times. Okay. All right. The Lord said for their wickedness, their calamity, right? He shall bring evil upon them. All right. For your evil ways, the Lord will bring evil upon you, man. Evil at your doorstep. And this is just the beginning, man. Okay? Even though, we're moving on further, so lucky for that. Even though we're moving on further and further and further, into the year, which, we're already going to be in March. The year just started, but you already know how that goes. We're into the time of Passover as well, but, the Lord is not playing, man. It's not no joke. Okay? It says Pennsylvania saw the highest grocery inflation rate. Okay, right? And that's around, I believe, Philly or whatever. Okay, which Philly's one of the worst states, man. That's probably one of the worst freaking states. And Pennsylvania is to be seen as one of the best states, man. Right, to live in, and now it's going to be like, right? The Lord is destroying these people's hope because they can be like, let's move to this state. Oh, let's move to that. It's not going to be like that no more. It's going to be like, hey, shit, this shit is everywhere, right? It says in 2023 at an 8.2% increase year over 1 year. Okay, and that's a very big jump. All right. It says consumer affairs analysts also comparatively noticed that family of 4 in Colorado who have spent on average of $750 per month on groceries. Jeez, man. Jeez, that's probably 2 cars, pay for insurance, maybe even less. Okay, that's probably a quarter of your fucking rent. Okay, right? These people have kids, they gotta pay for daycare because they gotta go to work. They gotta pay the electricity, right? They gotta pay the hydro, the water, all these goddamn. I'm telling you, man, it's gonna get tight out here, man. And they're not even gonna have nothing left over. That's the crazy part. They're gonna pay all these damn bills, pay all these taxes. Really, that's what it is. All these taxes. Okay, because that's what inflation is. You're getting taxed, right? And I spoke on this. Okay, I don't know about the other brothers, but I've seen some brothers speak on this a little bit. But after the bear bug, all right, which it officially ended, I believe. So we full blown came out of it in 2023. Okay, but you already started to see the inflation numbers in 2020. Okay, and it was only going up from there. All right, and I've made videos on it in the past, but hey, man, we're at the end. We're at the end of this empire. All right. It says a grocery is paid 21.75 most last year, and you're seeing these people pay more and get less in their groceries. Literally, they're picking up less things like, meat, right? They got to pay for meat. Okay, they can only get a couple pieces of meat, maybe even one. 1 pack of chicken, some snacks, some eggs, and milk and bread. That's it. Before, back in the day, you get all that for $5 and more. But hey, man, it is what it is. It's the Lord bringing that judgment, that hammer down. All right, I do want to get one more before we close out. This is 2 Kings, chapter 25, and we'll just read on down, all right, through the Spirit. All right. 2 Kings, chapter 6, and verse 25, it says, and there was great famine in Samaria, and behold, they besieged it, until an ass head sold for 80 pieces of silver, and the 4th part of the cab of the dove's dung, okay, for 5 pieces of silver. So, just to break down for you, all right, some people obviously cook the head of animals, okay, that's a donkey's head, okay, and it's also talking about, all right, the dung, aka the dead body, okay, of another animal, all right, and that's exactly what you're gonna see, okay, right, because these are different parts of animals, obviously you buy, but this is exactly what I was just talking about, buy meat, which meat is probably one of the highest commodities, including seafood, okay, chicken, beef, all right, all those things, man, okay, this is in the land of Samaria. Verse 26, this is, and the king of Israel was passing upon the wall. There cried a woman unto him, saying, help, my lord, O king. Verse 27, and he said unto the Lord, if the Lord do not help thee, when shall I help thee? Boom. Okay? And that's exactly how we're going to look in that day. Okay? All right, the men of the Lord, we're going to look at you in that day. We're like, hey, shit, right? If I got this covering, I do what I was supposed to do. You're over here. You're struggling. You didn't get help. You're suffering. Why the hell am I gonna, risk or give you my bread? Okay, you kind of gotta look at it in that time as why I cast, my pearls before swine. All right, because we did all this teaching, man. Respectively, all the different brothers, they did their teaching. Elders and apostles on down for years on years. These people didn't take heed, but now they're gonna take heed when, watch me read it. Okay, it says, verse 28. It says, "Do not help thee. Whence shall I help thee? Out of the barn floor, or out of the winepress?" Verse 28. And the king said unto her, What allieth thee? And she answered, This woman said unto me, Give thy son, that we may eat him today, and we will eat my son tomorrow. Okay, so there you go. All right, they're gonna start eating people, man. I keep telling y'all, man, through the spirit, that cannibalism can make a huge comeback, man. Okay, and y'all be watching these old movies, okay, and what do you always see? I mean, it's like in old movies, those post-apocalyptic movies. Yeah, you see, the basic stuff, but they always throw in a scene of someone eating someone else, someone eating some strange ass animals, some people eating cats, dogs, rodents, okay, squirrels. That's what you're gonna be seeing people eating that time. You're gonna see people going through freaking garbages, eating rotten food, just like you've seen in Venezuela, because that's what they do in Venezuela. They were eating people at one point in time. All right, and then people were fleeing the country and shit. Okay, that's what you're gonna have in America. That's exactly what's gonna happen. All right, so we boiled my son and did eat him. They're eating their kids. They're not eating no random people. They're eating their kids. Okay, and I said unto her next day, Give thy son, that we may eat him. And she hath hid her son. She's like, Yeah, we gonna eat your son. You ain't eating my son. So she hid her son, okay, from the woman. All right, and I hope you know that people that eat other people, or cannibals, their brain is wired. It starts to change. Okay, the way they process, the way they view things, it literally changes. Okay, you think you're made to eat another person? Yo, man, I'm telling you, it's gonna get bad out here. All right, you already know how these people are. Okay, the Lord told you, the love of man shall wax cold, man. All right, so they're not gonna have no problem that time eating their freaking kids. These women are already killing their kids on a daily basis. You see it all the time. Okay, making videos about it, boasting about it, laughing about it. They don't care. All right, they're already in that spirit. Verse 30, and it shall come to pass. It came to pass when the king heard the words of the woman, that he rent the clothes and passed by upon the wall, and the people looked, and behold, he had sackcloth within upon his flesh. All right, and that's pretty much it in that chapter, all the meat. But you guys can continue reading if you want. All right, good headline. And with that, man, I'm gonna give all praise and glory to the Father and Son, Yahawashi. I hope you guys are edified. And yeah, man. Just stay prayed up, man. Stay diligent, and keep watching, man. Keep your foot on the gas. All right, we're also entering into the time of the Passover, so that's coming up. All right, so with that, man, I'm gonna give all praise and glory to the Father, Son, Yahawashi. Until next time, I'm gonna say shalom.